pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
My bitch a choosy lover, never fuck without a rubber. Never in the sheets like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Top notch hoes get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the buck for $40 in the club. Fucking up the game, bitch, it gets no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling business off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a red. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn head. Some hoes wanna choose, but them bitches too scary. Your bitch chose me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
Baby, you been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. The grass is greener on that other side. If you know what I mean, I show you shit you never seen. The 7 wonders of the world. And I can make you the 8th if you wanna be my girl. I say my girl, I don't mean my woman, that ain't my style. Need a real street stalker, walk a green mile. Piling up the paper on the dining room table, cause you able to realize I'm the truth and not a fable. Baby, rockin' Russian sable, keep that chiller on the rack. What I look like with some $1,000 shit up on my back. I'm $1 million man, they need $1 billion bitch. Put my pippin' in your life, watch your daddy get rich. Easy as ABC, simple as 1, 2, 3. Get down with UGK, Pimp CBU with B. Cause what's a hoe with no pimp, and what's a pimp with no hoe? Don't be a lame, you know the game and how it goes. We try to get toes.
A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. A pimp, not a simp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine partners.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Artie of Artie's Corporate Fiction. Happy Friday to all of you. We are back in at it with another Friday open bar, but also out of the blue, out of the last 5 minutes, I made the decision to make it another bingo night. The main reason being is because, number one, this video that we have in store for us is pretty good. Has some decent lines drawn in. But the other video that I was able to discover, well, no, I didn't discover it. Let me back up here. Team Skeptic recently uploaded a video on this family earlier, but somebody linked to me the Raws, the original channel that uploaded the videos, and it's chock full of what you would expect. But this video that we're going to check out is from Old Squishy Gardner, so especially shout out to him. Everybody go check out his Omega. Okay, Omega had posted the link to the original channel. There you go, Omega. Have a nice day. You're fine. So we're going to check that out, and then we're going to take a look at the other one. So absolutely, I think it's going to be fun. So everybody, check it out. Relax. Kick back. Oh, I also want to give a special thank you to Danny's parents, who sent me a care package. The care package is exactly what you'd expect it to be, which is cat toys and a couple of books. So thank you very much. The boys have more cat toys than they can handle, but they always enjoy them. Actually, I think I see them hanging out with them right now. So let's get started on to the main event with this. I got my bingo card out. The bingo link to the bingo cards are on the description, or excuse me, is pinned at the top of chat. And let's get the show on the road.
I see you filed some motions just moments ago.
I did, Judge.
Mr. Kelly, I'm taking a look at those to see if they're ones that can be handled
That's fine.
without notice. All right. Ms. Jolette, are you ready to begin the hearing set for today?
I am, Your Honor. I haven't received any other copies of motions of any kind.
Mr. Kelly, you didn't serve the prosecution with copies of your motions?
I apologize, Your Honor. I was unaware of the need for that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty standard. What he did was ex parte communications. I don't know what the heck he think. I don't know what he thought that he could just send stuff to the judge and not copy the other attorney.
They have a right to those motions. They should.
Yes, I thought it was all connected.
Okay. All right.
Do you want me to email them to her real quick?
Oh, Miss Gillette, do you want them emailed to you? I don't know if you're gonna have time to respond to them if you get them or not.
I won't have time to respond in writing because
Sure.
during trial.
Why don't you go ahead and send them to her, Missy? This isn't the appropriate way to do it, but let's go ahead.
And I emailed a copy of my response to Mr. Kelly, but I also have an extra copy here printed in my office beside the one to mail.
All right, so maybe she can take one down, take it to just exchange them back and forth. Well, no, you're gonna email it, right, Missy?
Yes.
Mr. Kelly, do you have your email available to you?
I do.
Okay, you might want to check your email if you haven't received
I
that
will.
response to motion to dismiss.
Okay. I'm actually not seeing it, Judge. I see one for the Zoom meeting from Missy, but I have no other emails. Thank you.
Ms. Gillette.
Judge, you might look again because there was several filed. There was actually maybe 7 filed.
Are you talking to me? I think I looked at that, but I may have. Yes, I saw that. Let me look at 7 is the one called information notice. No, that's some of those kind of duplicate. The titles duplicate, not the contents. Yes, I did see all of those. Thank you, Missy.
Thank you, Jill. Appreciate that.
Well, no, there's another one I didn't see. That motion to suppress prior conviction. I don't think I saw that. Didn't see that. Just please. Okay, well, why don't we get started with what we can do today? There's a lot that's been filed here. Some of it we can deal with this morning. Some of it maybe not.
Lots of motions.
We are now on the record in the 13th Judicial District, District Court of Greenwood County, Kansas. Would the parties please announce appearances? Ms. Gillette, you're muted.
May it please the court, the state appears by Judge Gillette, County Attorney.
Is Greg Kelly appearing as the accused?
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. All right, we were set for jury trial tomorrow with the defendant representing himself, having previously signed a waiver. At pretrial yesterday, Mr. Kelly, the defendant, indicated that he still wanted his trial. He still wanted to represent himself, and he wanted to be heard on a document titled motion that he had filed. And then about 5-10 minutes before the scheduled court date today, he brought in 7 or 8 documents, handwritten documents, some typed, each titled differently. Some of them seem to have the same titles though. All right, so let's begin with what we're here for today, which was set simply to address a document that Mr. Kelly filed. And before I proceed on that, I guess I should go over the charges because those need to be addressed. Count 1 is the unlawful possession of the controlled substance THC and or marijuana after a prior conviction. And that prior conviction is addressed in one of the new motions filed.
So he actually filed a motion to suppress a prior conviction? I mean,
Count 2 is unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, being marijuana roaches, which I believe would be considered rolling paper wrapped around marijuana and or THC in a small remainder amount. Count 3, no proof of insurance, which I understand The defendant brought in proof of insurance in a timely manner and the state dismissed count 3. So although it's referred to in the new motions, I don't believe it needs to be, but we'll address that at another time. Count 4, the registration offense. The defendant was pulled over initially for.
There it is. There. All right. There it is. Now we're getting into it. The possession was one thing, but now we're getting to the trifecta.
Allegedly not having a current tag on his automobile, and the defendant addresses that as well. So with that being why we are here, there was a probable cause affidavit filed August 17th, and it was prepared and sworn to by Greenwood County Sheriff's Deputy Blake Fisher. The defendant had a surety bond that was filed August 18th of 2022. That was August 10th of 2022 and secured by Collins Bell Bonds in the amount of $7,500. We have the September 6th request for trial by jury, handwritten but filed by the defendant. We have a request for transcript. Not sure what transcripts really were of significance at that time, but the defendant asked for a transcript, apparently first appearance. Transcript was completed. Did you pay for that and receive that, Mr. Kelly?
The transcript from what?
Okay. Well, I don't know what somewhat means. Did you pay for it?
Yes, I did. I paid for discovery, if that's what you're referring to.
Well, when you ask for a transcript, you usually have to pay and then they give it to you.
Are you speaking of a transcript record of the
transcript record prepared by a transcriptionist? It says Jerry Ann Knoll completed the transcript of a hearing dated 9/6/2022. And it was 20 pages. Did you file and receive that?
The state requested the transcript, Your Honor, as the defendant made an admission on the record during his first appearance.
My apologies, Mr. Kelly.
Look at the I gotta curse for this, but look at the shit-eating grin from the county attorney. We'll happily get ask for the transcript if he makes an admission on record.
Well, thank you, Miss Gillette. I made that wrong assumption there. Okay. Then 10/18, there was the journal entry to dismiss count 3. That was the insurance. So, Mr. Kelly, that's off the table. That's off the documents. We don't have to address that anymore. That's been dismissed, even though you addressed that today in some of your documents, your motions. And then we have subpoenas, apparently, and I'm just looking at the caption. And based on experience, that was probably for the jury trial. Then we have a long list of new documents all filed today, February 14th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 motions. But the one we are here on dates back. Well, I know I saw that yesterday, but it's not showing up in the document section. So let me look again. I didn't see it when I ran down the summary. It's there. Ms. Gillette, do you by chance have your copy of that document to show what date that would have been filed on?
The 2-line to dismiss?
Right.
November 8th, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, we are here on a motion pro se filed by the defendant November 8th, 2022 at 3:22 p.m. and it is handwritten and then literally says, captioned motion to dismiss, blank space, and I'm quoting, lack of evidence, KSA 22-34373, KSA 22-3402, parenthesis 3, parenthesis 4. That's all there is for this motion to dismiss.
That
Is there anything you want to?
wait though. So that is that literally what it just says on the piece of paper, or was that the title?
Argue on this motion, Mr. Kelly? I will tell you that you should have by now the state's motion to that response to that motion that clearly it has 3 points.
So that's it. That it just has 3 sentences on
Yes,
it.
Judge, it was pretty weak. I apologize for
It
that.
states that the motion filed was too vague, didn't state a claim upon which relief can be sought, and lacks any argument for which the state can respond. And frankly, I have to agree with that motion unless there's something you have to offer that can change my mind on that.
No, Judge, I appreciate you reviewing that motion at the time.
Mr. Shucklers, thank you for the $5. Thanks, Artie, for being you. Throwback to Artie, OPT, and the SC days. Let's raise the class. Cheers to OPT and Schrodinger's cat.
So are you still trying to pursue something with that motion or not?
That particular motion, no.
All right, so you're withdrawing that particular motion, the motion.
I am, yes.
All right, so we will note that motion, defendant's motion
And there was much rejoicing.
of November 8, 22.
Thank you, Tom,
Withdrawn
becoming a
by the
member.
defendant. And I would kind of add a little dicta there that I would have dismissed, I would have granted or denied it anyway. All right, now as to try to save time, we'll take a look at these new motions and see if there's any of them that we can deal with today, and I think there are, even though the state has not had adequate time probably to even read them, let alone respond.
Judge, if,
Just a moment, please.
God.
All right, the first one on my screen is the one called additional violations are as follows.
yes,
Let me see. Ms. Gillette, do you have that one in front of you?
Hold on, I'm looking for all of them.
All right, well, let's go ahead and look through them. And I'll see if there's a more straightforward one first. Notice to
Additional violation are as follows. Is that what you said?
Yeah, let's take a look
Yes.
at that one and see what we can do with it. Notice to the court filed by the defendant today at 10:52 a.m. And it alleges additional violations are as follows. 1, conflict of interest. I'm being
Uh-oh.
tried by the state,
Oh, God.
judged by the state.
Okay, so this first one is a classic. There's a conflict of interest. How can I have a fair trial if the state prosecutor and the judge and the police officer who ticketed me all work for the same entity?
And the state is also the victim. That's number 1. Well, what is your legal argument there, Mr. Kelly?
well, I don't see how I can get a fair trial when the state has their hand in every aspect of it.
Well, I think I understand what your argument is, but you have to understand all the people within the state of Kansas make up the state. And even though that is true, that we're all citizens of Kansas, if we live in Kansas and work in Kansas or work in Kansas, we do have different jobs to do. And Miss Gillette gets her paycheck, I believe, from the county of Greenwood, in that she looks out for that portion of Kansas known as Greenwood County. My job is one that gets paid by the state of Kansas as a judge. So Ms. Gillette and we don't work with the same people. We don't represent the same people. Her job is to represent and protect. My job is to protect, but it is to protect both the defendant and the state, the citizens who are violated by the law. And I look at the evidence fairly impartially that she has. I look at your side fairly impartially. So no, Ms. Gillette and I are not conflicted in this case at all. The victims of the state of Kansas, some of them don't even know this is going to trial. Probably very few of them do. Because as you said, the victim is the state of Kansas. When a law is broken of these natures, all of Kansas is affected by them. But again, there's just not a conflict. And I will rule right now, unless Ms. Gillette, do you have anything? If you want to respond to what he has said or what I have said, I'm inclined to summarily dismiss that, but I certainly would listen to what you have to say about that as well.
Your Honor, I believe that this matter is not a conflict of interest. I mean, this is how the courts are set up.
Like I don't understand what the alternative would be for these individuals. Like if we're going to follow the logic here, how would any sort of improper behavior or criminal behavior be prosecuted? If I was robbed, right? Does that mean that I have to be the one to actually investigate, locate, apprehend, and adjudicate the crime committed against me? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know what sort of alternative framework these guys would have that wouldn't ultimately result in mob justice and hardcore vigilantism.
They each have a separate, different, and unique role. And the only reason for conflict of interest would be whether or not I had a personal relationship with Mr. Gregory or something to that nature. And there's no relief upon which anyone could grant.
Thank you, Mr. Shucklers, for upgrading your
Mr.
membership
Gregory,
to Sovereign
anything you
for
want
the
to
tier
say
2.
on that particular allegation?
Not at this time, Judge.
All right. Well, I am ruling that number one of your additional violations, the conflict of interest, I am denying that. Number two, you assert that the deputy stopped outside his executive branch of power and acted under the judicial branch and used those powers which constitutes him operating under the color of the law. I'm not sure I understand that, but you're welcome to argue that, and I will certainly entertain it.
Judge, when he chose to not take me to a judge upon my demand, he therefore took the responsibility of the judge himself.
What?
And therefore he bypassed one of my major, a substantial right, which was the right to gather my witnesses before a judge before he proceeded with any other action. And he chose to ignore that responsibility, which is part of his constitutional oath. And so he took it upon himself to use the judicial power, which he did not have privilege to.
What?
So are you saying that he had a duty to bring you to the judge before he completed his investigation and made his arrest?
No, not well, in part, but mainly before I was booked.
I'll count that as oath of office.
I needed to see a judge before I was booked and processed.
What? What? No, you first get booked and then you go in front of a magistrate. I mean,
Right? Ms. Gillette, are you in a position, are you prepared to respond to that?
Judge, I don't have all the research before me, but when an officer makes an arrest, he is to execute a probable cause affidavit, which is reviewed by the state and then subsequently by the court when the court reviews the sufficiency of the evidence based on the probable cause affidavit that is recorded with the complaint. The probable cause affidavit is not public record. It is part of the judicial file, but it is often under the confidential seal of the court because it often contains birth dates, addresses, or specific information. In this matter, a probable cause affidavit was executed and was recorded with the court, and the court then records that for future use. So it would say that that is the proper protocol according to the statutes and the law under the state of Kansas, and that the officer in this matter followed his directive of having probable cause to effect arrest.
I object to that, Judge.
Anything else you'd like to say? Go ahead.
It's a known constitutional right that I have the right to go before a judge in order to gather my witnesses and present them before a judge. Having been brought in on a misdemeanor, the fact that it was a misdemeanor, he had no right to arrest or to prosecute.
no, well, that's incorrect. Misdemeanor. Unless Kansas is somehow magically different, you can be arrested even for misdemeanors. Number one. Number two, you don't bring all that in, all your witnesses and everything like that, in for an arraignment, or even a probable cause hearing. Or, I mean, in some. Well, let me scratch that. In some instances, I believe in Pennsylvania, they do actually have a pretrial hearing that does actually happen before a formal trial, where there are witnesses that are brought in. And I think that's what he's probably referring to. But we're still talking about his initial arrest and then being brought before a judge. But I don't know what the rules are in Kansas. So I can't speak to that. I can only say that in an arraignment, you don't have witnesses. All you have being brought before you is whether you wish to, what your plea is, whether you need an attorney, and then the cop, after they arrest you, if they arrest you without warrant, they have to provide a probable cause affidavit to the judge within a certain amount of time for the judge to sign off on. I assume that's what's happening here. And I think he's trying to say that he's supposed to be there when the judge reviews the probable cause affidavit.
And he took it upon himself to do both. And the support of probable cause, that.
Right. Yeah. So he's trying to suggest that an officer, a police officer, cannot ever arrest anyone without having a warrant, an active warrant, or an already existing warrant, or backed by probable cause. That's not how that works. An officer can't arrest you without warrant. It's just that they have to bring an affidavit of probable cause for a magistrate to review within a certain set amount of time, usually within 24 to 48 hours. I think it's 48 hours max. You have to bring that in.
I am privileged to was not a affidavit in support of probable cause. It was an affidavit in support of a complaint, which gave the prosecutor the access to continue from that point, because she had to have an affidavit in order to write up the complaint. The affidavit in support of probable cause has to be signed by a judge. And so therefore he bypassed, to my knowledge,
No. The affidavit in support of probable cause is affirmed by the officer. It has to be signed off by a judge, either approving it or rejecting it. But the maybe that's what he's saying here in a different way. But the affidavit in support of probable cause is done by the arresting officer.
That process, and again, causing me due process violation by violating substantial rights. He had I realized that, you know, police officers, law enforcement officers do not take you to the judge, but I specifically demanded that I had that right. And when I voiced that right became in effect, and he chose to ignore it. And therefore he extended his allowed power and took it upon himself to be the judge and denied me of substantial rights.
Your Honor, the Kansas statute is Kansas Statute 22-2401. The officer that has probable cause to believe that the person is committing or has committed a felony, a misdemeanor, and the law enforcement officer has probable cause to believe that, the person will not be apprehended or evidence of the crime will irretrievably be lost unless the person is immediately arrested. We know that under the case law, that when you are in an automobile, it gives an inherent grounds for believing that the information can be lost because automobiles are inherently mobile, and therefore it is appropriate to arrest for misdemeanors when they are automobile related. And so therefore there is grounds and statute that support probable cause arrest, which is what we have in this case.
Exactly.
If I might interject.
Final comment, sir. Go ahead on this issue.
Okay. The statutes cannot be contradictory of the Constitution. And in that respect, they are. Also, what the prosecutor is not mentioning is that in the state of Kansas, in order to execute a probable cause without a warrant, he has to have exigent reasons. And his exigent reason was not listed as loss of evidence. Technically, he didn't list an exigent reason, although I believe that he was stating that his safety was the exigent reason. But that does not give him a right to do a warrantless probable cause unless he has exigent reasons. And he did not.
Well,
so I'm looking at Kansas rule code of criminal procedure 22-2401. A law enforcement officer may arrest a person under any of the following circumstances. And C, subpart C says the officer has probable cause to believe that person is committing or has committed 2, a misdemeanor, and the law enforcement officer has probable cause to believe that D. I'm sorry. For God's sake, they have both letters. It's 22-2401, subsection D. Says any crime except a traffic infraction or a cigarette has been yeah, so right here, part C says that the misdemeanor, part 2C is that the person may cause injury to self or others or damage to property. The person will not be apprehended or evidence of the crime will be irretrievably lost. The person is intentionally inflicted bodily harm to another person.
office, as Ms. Gillette correctly cited the law, the officer can arrest either with a warrant or under probable cause. And in this case, he made the probable cause arrest because of the possession of marijuana and paraphernalia. There is exigency in that. Again, as Ms. Gillette stated, because of the mobility of automobiles, the nature of drugs inside of a car, that that evidence could have been lost, and the law is quite clear that that can and does create the probable cause for the arrest. So on that particular issue, at this time, I am going to find that the law relied upon is constitutional and does give the officer, based on the affidavit submitted, probable cause to make the arrest. And that was determined. That might be one we could have an evidentiary hearing on, but the affidavit, based on the affidavit the officer filed, does, in this court's opinion, amount to probable cause to support the arrest. But if we do, again, if we need to have evidence in.
All right, here, real quick, because it's still, but this one's relevant. 22 dash. Thank you, Digga, for the $5. 22-2901, appearance before magistrate. Except it's provided in subsection 7. Sorry. If the arrest has been made on probable cause without a warrant, he shall be taken without unnecessary delay before the nearest available magistrate, and a complaint shall be filed forthwith. And that's where the magistrate shall fix the terms and conditions of appearance on bond, as well as if a person is arrested on a warrant or arrested on probable cause but without a warrant, that's a separate violation.
Independent of the affidavit, that can be revisited. But at this time, that is denied. That portion of the motion. Count 3, no affidavit in support of the warrantless search. Again, that affidavit is very clear. It is part of the file that the court takes judicial notice of, so that is denied.
Is that sealed?
That does go through a sealing process, but you can get a copy of that if you haven't already.
He has a copy of the affidavit.
He does have a copy that was supplied when he asked for it originally.
Yes.
It's
But
part of
Judge,
it.
Okay.
I have to object because it cannot, in my impression, it cannot be an affidavit in support of probable cause unless it was signed by a judge. It was signed by a notary.
Well, the warrant, the inactive warrant was signed by the judge based on the probable cause affidavit.
And I never received that. So I would like
Okay,
to.
well, let's sort through that because Ms. Gillette says you were given that. Let's make sure you know what it looks like.
Wait, so he did have an existing warrant?
Since you're representing yourself.
And I would also.
And again, are you certain that you do not want an attorney to represent you, Mr. Kelly?
Judge, I do not. I really do appreciate you taking the time and patience with me. I know that it must be very frustrating for you. And I apologize in advance for that. But
Jesus. He sounds almost likable. Damn.
I am not comfortable with attorneys.
All right.
I have very little faith in the court system. I apologize.
Nothing to apologize for, sir. Affidavit was filed August 17th of 2022. And it should say electronically filed and then give you the information about the court case number. And then underneath of that, it should say affidavit. And it begins, I, Deputy Blake Fisher. You don't think you have that document?
I do have that document, Judge.
That is the affidavit. When we refer to affidavit, that's a 3-page document. And the last page says, Deputy Blake Fisher, and it is subscribed and sworn to August 11th, 2022 by Gary Murphy, Notary Public. And then you should also have, typically there is a warrant signed by the judge. Do we have one of those, Ms. Gillette, that you see?
Oh,
In instances where the person is arrested based on probable cause, the state must file a complaint against the defendant.
mhm.
There isn't an actual warrant because they were already effectuated upon arrest. So they are not re-arrested.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so no. Okay, so what we originally thought was correct. He was arrested, not on an existing warrant. He was arrested on probable cause. By the officer. And so I guess what they're saying here is that if you're arrested without probable cause, it doesn't need to be the complaint is written by the deputy, but ultimately he does have to go before a judge at arraignment.
Sometimes we issue inactive warrants.
Okay, so that makes much more sense. He does have to see a judge in the first appearance, but it's just that the affidavit of probable cause is just simply written down and signed up by the deputy.
But in this matter, because he was already placed in custody, he was not rearrested. And the case law on that is State versus Goodrow, 506 Pacific 3rd, 918. It's Kansas case number 121,944, decided in 2022.
All right, well, that's one of those things, even though we're in the same judicial district, the counties do it differently because historically Butler County does file what they refer to as an inactive warrant after the court has reviewed the affidavit. And then we still sign off on the warrant, even though it's labeled inactive. But it shows that the affidavit is approved by the court and supported. But Ms. Gillette, you're saying that Greenwood County does not do that practice. They rely strictly on the probable cause arrests in the affidavit. Is that correct?
Yes, for misdemeanors.
For misdemeanors. Okay, and the case law site is 121 Kansas 944.
Yes.
Okay, and you said that's
21944 is the case number. There isn't a Kansas site yet because it hasn't been published.
okay. Okay, so it's 506 P 3rd.
Pacific 3rd.
And it does
I have to say, this is a bit of a dud video. I apologize, guys.
it have a page number yet?
918.
Okay, and it's a 2022.
He's not bombastic.
Okay.
He's actually nice.
And Your Honor, when it comes to misdemeanors, that goes over that in that matter.
Do not know why you thought he thinks it's a Sovcit. The paperwork, all the paperwork and the filings he's filed, it has the hallmarks of a Sov.
Defendant has to be brought before a magistrate within an appropriate amount of time, depending upon whether or not they remain still in custody or whether they are released from custody. The procedure under the Kansas law has been followed in this manner. The defendant had a first appearance. His first appearance being on, he had technical issues on August 30th and was moved to September 6th of 2022, of which there is a transcript of the first appearance.
All right, so Mr. Kelly, what you might want to do is take note of that case she cited. What was the name on it?
State v. Goodrow.
Good.
Goodro.
All right, State v. Goodrow, and it's 506 Pacific 3rd. That's the set of books it's in, and 918 is the page where that can be found. Practice better that we do in Butler, but I'm not going to say that Greenwood's doing it wrong either. I don't think we are.
I would like to object on that ruling.
Well, I would suggest, sir, what you do is we rule on these, we pare them down,
Okay.
And if you want to file a motion for rehearing, because the state's
I'll check that
probably
on
not liking the
persnickety.
way I'm doing this either. I
Okay.
know Ms. Gillette likes to do her research and write her answers out. I'm trying to find a way to
As long as I have
streamline
that.
some of these volumes of
Okay. As
documents.
long as I have that option. Thank you, Judge.
And deputy creating his own exigent reasons. Gillette, time to respond in writing
Okay.
if she wishes, because you've got so many. I'd hope to.
I would appreciate more time. I did not have less than 24 hours to put this portion together. So if I could rewrite it and be more,
I would beg to differ with you there. I think you've had, since this case started in August, to do whatever you wanted to do on it. But
Yeah, also true. If this hearing happened like this year, he's had plenty of time to prepare himself for the trial.
yes, Judge, correct.
this is going to be so cumbersome, and it's 1:45 and we haven't even gotten but into 4 points of your multi-page motion or whatever you want to
Judge, I
call it.
apologize.
Multiple. So is there anything critical that we have to deal with today from either party?
The biggest thing was what I am calling a due process, the biggest due process violation, which is the complaint that I filed with the sheriff's department that I gave them for review prior to me sending off a claim. And it was based pretty much solely on the fact that I was not given the right to be taken to a judge prior to booking. That was the biggest due process violation. There were a couple more, but that was the one that.
Okay, yeah, I would say he's definitely Juan Galt. I would say this guy is definitely Sov curious. He's not full Sovcit, but very Sov curious.
I had written a complaint out to the sheriff's department for review.
Okay. Well, and that one I do that one. I think I've already addressed that under probable cause, he didn't have to bring you to the judge, that he did act properly in that one. I'm very confident of that. Okay, well, let's set this over. We're not going to be having a jury trial tomorrow. So, and I'm going to have you limit this to get all of these pared down. I'm going to give you about an hour, Mr. Kelly, to argue everything you want to argue. So make sure
Okay.
you really refine these.
That's fine.
Put
That's
them in
fair.
a way that they make exact sense to the state and to me as to what you're actually saying.
Okay.
And so, Missy, can you give me about an hour? And did we reset? Let's reset this for jury trial June. What's that date? June 13th for pretrial?
June 12th for pretrial and June 14th for the jury trial.
All right, so I'm going to move your jury trial to June 14th and 15th. Your pretrial will be June 12th. And then I need about an hour before that June 12th date for his motion hearings.
Okay.
And if he files a motion to suppress in the traditional sense, then we will need to have evidentiary hearing. I think I saw something called motion to suppress, but again, I'm not
Yes.
sure that they meet
That was
but you've got to meet the legal definitions for these things. It's not enough
Okay.
to use the legal terms. You have to know what they mean.
I will get help with that.
Okay, and have legal cause.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate your patience, and I know
Somebody
it's
save
frustrating for you, and it's frustrating
somebody save this man.
for me.
Get him out of here. It's like he's like on the edge, you know, and he's teetering on the edge. Somebody needs to pull him back before he falls head first into
Me,
it.
but probably not as much as it is for you. And
Well,
I do
no,
appreciate-
I do my job, and whether it's frustrating or not, that's no concern for either one of
What?
us.
Anybody save this
Judge,
poor man?
If we're having this,
Hold it. Okay, I'm not going to reenact Blazing Saddles. I mean, that's gonna get me.
pretrial on the 12th of June, what day are we having the
The jury
Motion.
trial?
The motion.
Missy hasn't been able to give me that date yet. She will as soon as she finds it.
Do you want to do like April or May?
It makes me no difference. We can do it sooner rather than later. Miss Gillette, do you have a preference when we do it?
I mean, Blazing Saddles is the best movie.
But I want all the issues heard at one time. I don't want to do it like we did where we had one motion filed a couple months ago, and then we have a whole bunch of motions filed.
But quoting it is very, very, very dangerous.
10 minutes before we're supposed to start today.
I agree, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you for that extra time.
All right. So whatever day you have, Missy, about an hour
Okay.
at the most.
April 7th, we could start at 9 and we could actually go till 11 if it took longer.
Okay. But I don't want to encourage it to go longer. I want everybody to get in there and be succinct. So Missy, what day of the week is that?
It's a Friday.
Okay. Friday, April 7 at 9 to 11, you said?
Yes.
Does that work for both parties?
It does, Judge.
Okay.
And that was on the motion hearing. And then the jury pre-trial was on January or June 14th and 15th.
The pre-trial is June 12th. That's what we had yesterday.
Okay.
And then the jury trial itself, where you're here with live witnesses, we're picking witnesses, they're deciding your case, will be June 14th and 15th.
Okay.
And I just caution you, Mr. Kelly, because you told me you don't trust lawyers. Don't go out and get advice from non-lawyers because, first of all, it's illegal to practice law without a license. And you'll be having some folks committing new crimes, and you'll be potentially responsible for soliciting illegal conduct.
I'll actually pay for an advisement.
Right. That's what I was going to say, because make sure you go to somebody that not only you can trust, but can legally
Authentic frontier gibberish, Ernie.
advise you.
All right.
If you get somebody that you want to hire, you think, hey, I can trust them all the way through, that's great. And I'd remind you again, if you can't afford an attorney, you're welcome to apply for a court-appointed attorney.
That's not an issue, Judge, but thank you.
All right. Anything from the state, Ms. Gillette?
All right, we're gonna go to something that's gonna wake us up a little bit, I think. So I watched a good chunk of these various videos, right? Bits and pieces from both, mainly because I know what the main event is, and we're gonna watch the main event. But what I still hadn't figured out is the original basis for the arrest. My understanding, my understanding is that there is a child custody involved, but at the very least there is they do have body cam footage of the booking. So I think from there we'll probably get more context as to what led up to the situation. I mean, I'll agree with Danny here. I will say, as much as I love Blazing Saddles, I grew up with, and I would still find Monty Python and the Holy Grail to be above Blazing Saddles. I've watched Monty Python so many times. I already told you, like, I could probably quote half the movie from memory. He turned me into a newt. Lodge wooden badger.
Red, then it goes green.
No, that's when they ever did vote.
And the deadbolt, so you have to use this? Okay.
Okay, so again with the first context here as well, it's two individuals, husband and wife, and they're at was it Homewood Inn and Suites? That's yeah, that's what they're in. They're at a Homewood Inn and Suites. They're not actually at an apartment building.
All right, just gonna squeeze. Zoom on the window.
But again, the reason why I'm curious about the context is that the cops are going in heavily equipped, I will say. Like they got full on okay, they're extradition warrants. Okay, that makes more sense. They are going in pretty heavy. Right here.
Tulsa Police, if you're in here, say something now.
On your back.
Tulsa Police. Step out. Step out. With your hands where I can see them. The police. Get out of here now. Because you're under arrest. We're going to let the dog loose if you don't come out.
Please identify.
So I this was the first thing I noticed.
Rejoicing.
Why did one of the officers bark like a dog? Why? Why did he do that? Thank you, Father Bill Fox, with the $10. You can't expect to wield supreme executive power just because some already threw a sword at you. I can't do the accent. Y'all will hate me if I tried it. I'm not even gonna bother, and Danny's gonna look at me side-eyed. It's more convincing argument than Sovcit. We don't have a king. We're an anarcho-syndicalist commune.
Step out with your hands up.
They're not identifying him.
Fitz, we have arrest warrant for you. Step out now.
He's saying there's a arrest warrant.
I'm gonna go get a paper ball.
Produce the
10-4.
warrant.
Step out now.
Excuse me, I do not want to contract with you.
All right, you need to listen to me. This is the Tulsa Police. You either need to step out now with your hands where you can see them, or we're going to make it very uncomfortable for you to stay in there. This is not question and answer time. This is the time for you to step out and do what you're told. We'll take you into custody, and then we will answer your questions. We are not answering questions right now.
Why are you not answering my questions?
She said, I'm pretty sure she said, I don't want a contract with you. So if you have anything regarding contract, go ahead and mark it.
Tulsa Police.
We're just getting pepper ball.
Come out here with your hands where I can see them.
Can you please answer why you're here?
We have a warrant for your arrest. Step out now. You don't get to ask questions. Step out now, or you're going to get additional charges.
Here with weapons?
Yes, we are. You need to step out with your hands up now.
They are here with weapons.
Pepper ball. They have a pepper ball gun.
Are you recording?
Yeah, Tulsa Police.
Are you recording?
You're now obstructing.
Please state your name for the record.
You're now obstructing. Step.
For the record, I actually was not expecting for the record to be voiced here, but there it is.
Out.
Can you please state your name for the record, please?
Officer Franks, Tulsa Police Department.
All right. Are you certified? You certified paper ball?
The pepper ball.
I am.
I don't care.
Closer.
You are too.
Safety's off.
All right, ma'am, this is your last warning. This is your last opportunity to come out with your hands where we can see them.
Are you ready, my love?
You guys believe he's in there, right?
Hey. Dalton? Yep. Cover along.
Copy. Over your head.
All right, so, oh boy. All right, so they have non-lethal with the officer up front giving the commands, and then they have lethal as backup. Because again, I believe they know there's supposed to be two individuals, and I think right now they only see one, the mom or the lady.
If anybody will call this.
Pepper ball, pepper ball, pepper ball.
All right, they're They're firing.
Oh my God, you guys!
Come out with your hands where I can see him.
103, they just shot.
Come out with your hands where I can see him.
I have this stuff all over me. I'm a peaceful inhabitant, sir.
Probably something to do with the
She said peaceful inhabitant. I'll actually count that as free inhabitant because honestly, I feel like we rarely hear that these days. So she said peaceful inhabitant. I'll count that as free inhabitant.
It's fine.
Wait, she actually had a live stream. She was live streaming during this. Is that? Oh, I think I may have missed that on her thing. Hang on. Oh no, it's not. It's not on. Oh, her live stream is not on her channel. Ah. Oh well.
That goes to the key.
They just shot at me.
Come out with your hands where I can see them.
I have an officer of the court on the phone.
Come out with your hands where I can
Officer of the court.
see them.
I'm. Oh my gosh!
Come out with your hands where I can see them.
You got only one good one.
Yeah, I see that.
It's called Hometown Inn and Suites, Tulsa,
Hometown Inn and Suites in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Come out with your hands where I can see them.
Oh my gosh!
No, Pope, before you start, this is not the Article 4 free inhabitant. If you recall, that one was from California. We're in Oklahoma.
So we're looking for
103,
but there's a Kayla
103.
that also has a one.
Okay, listen.
Both are extradited.
I want to move up a little bit where he can hold the door and have you clear behind the bed so I don't have this unknown right here. Kayla, just step out with your hands up. Step up, don't go in front of the door, but just
Her name is Kayla. Secret memes.
step up to where he can clear
Can you
behind
please
us.
tell me who you are?
Okay, behind you.
Can you please tell me who you are? Why are
Step
you
out.
threatening me?
Step out.
Why?
Step out.
Oh my gosh.
Step
they
out.
have-
Hey, show me your hands!
Step out.
There it is.
Show me your hands now!
Got a male over here. Get your hands up.
Get on your stomach!
Okay, put your gun
Why
up.
would I comply with you, sir?
Get on your stomach now!
You better show me that hand, man.
I don't understand.
Step out. Just
I don't understand. That's
put your hands now.
all right. He's gonna get tased.
Pepper ball.
Get on your stomach and put your hands behind your back.
I don't
They have my
understand.
husband.
Hey.
Do it now.
I can't move. You're stepping on my hand.
Roll over!
You guys
Go.
ready?
Man, I can't see.
Tase him.
Here we go. Ow, sir, please.
Roll over now!
See, I can't move like
Okay,
that.
so what
My
are you gonna
back
do?
hurts.
Excuse me, sir, will you
I'm gonna
please
go-
address
No, you're gonna
who
go
you
hands
are?
on.
Yes, sir.
All
Alright,
Can you please
roll that way.
say who
Roll on
you
your
are?
stomach.
You're gonna go hands
I
on.
can't
Put
reach.
your-
Roll on your stomach now!
Back
I'm
problems.
Go hands
deadly.
on with him.
I have back problems.
How
Roll
are
over.
you able to do this?
I have back problems. I forgot. I don't have medical issue on my freaking on this bingo card. Oh my god.
What crime?
Get that hand out from under that bed. I'm about to
What
die.
crime? Don't. He said he's about to die.
I got it.
Please
Copy.
do not touch my husband.
You're going to jail too tonight.
Why, sir? Who
Because
are
you didn't do what we
you?
told you to do.
Excuse me?
You all
Do you
don't
know? Do you know?
There you go.
Where is the warrant,
the
sir?
warrant
Do you
for?
even know who I am? I do not
What's
know
the
who you
warrant
are.
for?
I don't understand what you're doing.
I don't understand why you guys
Please
think
help.
that now is the time to be
Please
asking
somebody help
questions.
me.
Okay. Roll him towards me.
We don't have any warrants.
It was a bit much, but you know, nobody got hurt, so we're all good.
Okay, you ready to stand up?
Did he actually say, "Don't you know who I am"? I thought she said, "You don't know who I am." I think she's trying. No, okay, I see what you guys are saying. Like she's doing the Karen thing, but I think she's trying to say, "You don't know who I am," or as in like the way I heard it, it was like, "I am not that name" type of thing that Sovcits like to do.
Take him. He was reaching underneath the bed. I'm gonna grab what he was looking for.
So he says he doesn't understand, but okay, so he was under an ankle monitor, and so they were on the so they're on the lam. Is that what it is? They tried to ship off, and then they caught up to them at this hometown Inn and Suites because of his ankle monitor. Is that the gist of it so far? Warrants in Missouri. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bathroom, Yeah.
Coming that way? All right, sit down. Sit down, boss.
I have not done anything wrong. Sit
On the ground.
Hey, all the way. All the way. Sit down. All the way down. I will help you down.
All right, but it's my knees.
Okay, okay.
Do not
Hey.
put me like that.
There you go. Kick one leg out.
Why would I do this? Why are you?
There you go. How about that, boss? Okay.
Are you arresting me? Could you please
What's your name, boss?
We will legit. You're going to
do you
jail.
Colby.
know that there are people
Hey,
watching?
don't talk to her.
We're peaceful inhabitants.
Hey,
We are people
We're peaceful inhabitants.
Okay, but you have a warrant for your arrest.
There is no pain worth all this meth. Unfortunately, Deacon, I think the problem here is that I think she's the based on the channel, I think she's the lead Sovcit. So far in the limited amount of footage I've seen, I feel like it's the husband who's being led around by the wife. So I don't know. We'll see. But I think she's actually the head honcho here.
Please provide
Both going to jail today. The problem is
Colby.
She's just asking you
She
questions.
didn't get to ask any more questions.
Why do I not get to ask
Well, how do you know that the warrant is in for us?
Who are you and why are you taking us?
Colby.
Are you not
Colby.
fiduciary trustees to the public? Are you not a
All right.
police officer?
I'm about to move him over there so I can actually talk to him because he ain't
And threaten our
being able to
lives
talk
and
with her
close us
being.
up? Do you understand the liabilities of your actions
Okay.
today?
Okay.
Do you understand
Hey, Colby.
the liabilities?
We're gonna stand up.
of your actions today?
You ready?
Do you understand the liabilities for these actions?
We're gonna go this way. That's pepper ball. We're going this way.
Why is it honor?
Because she decided not to cooperate. Okay. I'm gonna set you down right here. Okay, so that way you and I can have a conversation. We're gonna sit on this pillar, okay, boss? That way you're not all the way on the ground. Sit down.
You gotta sit in the beating sun.
Because she's hooping and hollering. Sit down.
I wasn't even home.
I know, sit down, but you're not listening to me whenever she's hooping and hollering. Have a seat, boss. I got you. I got you. Okay. Colby. Colby Fitz.
I'm not that name.
I'm not that name. See what I mean, guys?
You're not that name. Who is that? Who is she?
She's a peaceful inhabitant.
Peaceful inhabitant.
She don't need to be treated like that.
Okay, so Colby Blake Fitz, 11-2 of 84.
Who is that?
Who dat?
Is that Kayla?
Who's that?
I ain't playing this stupid game. Don't play dumb. So that's Kayla? She's already going to jail. You feel threatened, okay. Okay. All right, well, Colby, here's this. You got a felony warrant, so you're going to jail for that. And
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying to answer the questions, but you're being aggressive.
yes, sir.
I assume what they have is a picture of the guy's driver's license to confirm the identity, and they're like, yeah, that's him.
His wallet's in there too.
He didn't have anything on him. I haven't done a full sweep, but I did the.
Deacon, thank you for the $5. Also, don't stick it in crazy. Yeah, words to live by, I guess.
All right, Colby, is there anything in that room that's not supposed to be in that room?
I don't know who you're talking to. It's like a baby. don't understand any of this. I don't get anything.
Does she have some kind of ID in the room?
She's still going. I think we do actually. She did actually upload the body cam footage of the officer over there, so we'll probably get to hear what crazy she says.
ID, get the room, go out, have a smoke, happen to have the ankle monitor and everything. Okay, Colby. So that might be her. Okay. That is the case number with her warrant. This is him. That's his case number with his warrant. I will get in contact with the Department of Correction guy I've been talking with. Has he been read? No. He doesn't know who anybody is. He doesn't know what anything is. So. Try to explain it to you. I just need you to listen to this real quick. Right? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you. All right. If you can't hear it over the traffic, if you guys can't hear it, the officer is Mirandizing him. You can't say what you use against your court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have a question with you while you're being questioned. If you can't afford to hire a lawyer, we'll be appointed to represent you for the questioning if you wish one. And if we decide to make a statement, man, you can stop anytime you want. Does that make sense? What do you understand about it? Huh? Okay, so you're just going to play dumb? It means that you have the right not to talk to me if you don't want to talk to me. But if you want to ask questions, then we need to talk. I'm happy to talk to you about what's going on here. What I need from you is an understanding that you understand what I just read to you. So which part is unclear to you? All of it? What the hell if I read it? So this is possibly her. This is her court case out of Missouri that has a warrant. It's a misdemeanor, but they want her because it's connected to this one. Okay. They said. Go look her up and. I've called both of them. I will say, I mean, I would say nobody got seriously injured. They used, I think, the appropriate level of force. One officer issuing commands, standard SOP. The one cop saying, "Hey, you better do this shit. You're gonna die." A little aggressive, but ultimately everybody did what they needed to do. The fake dog barking is a little weird. I'm gonna say it's a little sus. It's a little weird. I've called Taney County. They want both of them teletypes down, so I have to.
We just got to confirm she is this person.
Yeah.
See Trace and see if I can get a photo.
Yeah, you can try. I didn't see anything. So this is him.
Okay. I'm sure it's Fitz, not Pitts.
Yeah, that's Fitz. The room was registered to Fitz.
Okay. What do you want me to do? Go try to see her? I can find her?
See if teletype's back up.
Yeah, they are.
They are? Okay. If you could get this confirmed.
And get a hit and see if they want her.
Hit and see if they want her and say that we possibly have Kayla if they have a photo of her to send to you.
Okay.
I already have a photo of that. I'm going to go get my car and I'm going to call the Department of Correction guy who's been pinging that anklet and talk to him.
Okay. What state did you say it was?
It's out of Missouri. I have the case numbers written down.
All right. I want to actually hear. I think this one they just really go searching. They just search the room. Nothing really exciting there. I want to go into their discussion. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. All right. Here we go.
Why
do I not get to ask questions?
How do you know that the warrant is in for us?
Who are you and why are you taking us?
Colby.
Are you not
Colby.
fiduciary trustees to the public? Are you not a police officer?
I'm about to move him over there so I can actually talk to him because he ain't able to talk with her being.
Do you understand the liability for your actions today?
Okay.
Do you understand
Hey, Colby,
the liability?
we're gonna stand up. You ready?
Do you understand the liability for these actions?
We're gonna go this way. That's Pepper Ball. We're going this way.
Why is it on her?
Because she decided not to cooperate. Okay. I'm gonna set you down right here. Okay, so that way you and I can have a conversation.
Hey, Gypsy Purple. Shout out to you in Australia. What time is it over there? It should be like the morning, right?
We're gonna sit on this pillar, okay, boss? That way you're not all the way on the ground. Sit down.
You gotta sit in the beating sun.
Because she's hooping and hollering. Sit down.
I wasn't hooping and hollering.
I know.
Wait, did we not already see this? We did already see this. What the heck? She just re-uploaded the same freaking video. All right, let's go to her. Here.
I don't know. Excuse me, stop it.
Hey,
Excuse me,
listen to me.
do not put
Look at
me like that.
Look at me right now.
No, why would I do this?
You need to shut up and listen. What's up?
Why are you arresting me?
You're only making
Why
things.
are
You're
you
under arrest.
arresting?
Midday, guys.
Under arrest warrant.
Could you
So you need to
please
stop.
provide the warrant?
We will
to
at
me?
jail. You're going to jail today.
Do you know that there are people watching you?
I don't care.
Have you ever
You're on
heard
camera
of
here.
That's wonderful. We are peaceful
What?
inhabitants and we have not.
Okay, but you have a warrant for your arrest.
Could you please provide
Both
the
going to jail
warrant?
today. You probably
Who
need to
is
tell
the
your girl
warrant
to pump her
for?
brakes.
Who is the
Okay.
warrant for, sir?
Okay, she doesn't get to ask any more questions.
Why do I not get to ask
And
questions?
you're going to jail.
Who are you and why are you taking us? Are you not fiduciary trustees to the public? Are you not a police officer?
I'm about to move him over there so I can actually talk to him because he ain't able to talk with her.
Goodness.
Goodness.
That's good.
Do you understand
Colby,
your liability?
we're gonna stand up.
Do you understand your liability for these actions today?
We're gonna go this way. That's Pepper Ball. We're going this way.
Why would you take him away?
Caleb, if you sit up, are you going to be good?
Excuse me, I don't
Sit
know
up
who
against
that
the wall.
is. Do you know who
Do you want
I
to sit
am?
up against the wall?
Why are you not telling me why I'm on the ground?
Do you want to sit up
and
against the
why
wall?
you came over and
Do you want to sit up against the wall?
why would I?
Would you like to sit up now?
Excuse me.
Would you like to sit up now?
Why are you not answering any of my questions?
Because I'm not going to play the game with you. Do you want to sit up against the wall?
What game are we playing?
What?
Are you embarrassed that you just put a woman on the ground?
I'm asking you if you want to sit up against
Isms card. Isms card.
the wall.
Why would I do that?
Okay, stay there.
Why would I do that? Am I
Leave her
not
there.
peaceful and
Leave her
happy?
there.
Female for search.
Yeah.
All right, they're getting it. They are getting a female officer for search, which is appropriate. Fair enough.
Why would I comply when you just broke into a room to people you don't even know and create a controversy when there is not any at all? Are you familiar with the liability of your actions that you've done today? Do you know that you were on camera live, coming in there and breaking into a peaceful place?
I mean, well, you uploaded this video
For no reason.
Thank you, Deacon, for the $10. While this isn't a DV, I can see a lot of manipulation going on between the two. It is good. They got them away from each other. She's using control techniques similar to abusers. I did notice that the husband is the far more. I mean, I don't want to say submissive, but that's the vibe I'm getting from the husband. Whereas she's very, very vocal, very aggressive, very assertive in everything from start to finish. And she is the one who operates this channel. She's also the one who has her own videos that she's uploaded herself, which we're not going to see because it's all gobbledygook. So we don't have to bother with that.
If you have a reason, please state your claim right now.
I'm just letting you continue to act like this on my camera.
That's wonderful. Would you please tell me what I did wrong?
What's that?
Could you please state your name for the record?
I already have.
Can I please hear it again?
I already did. You want to talk, but you don't want to listen.
Do you know that you're violating a holy covenant?
Of her stuff, and then we'll throw her in the cage.
Do you know that you're violating a holy covenant?
You got a camera?
Wow.
Are you familiar with the liabilities that you're going to entail by...
Okay.
Who are you talking to? Who is...
She said it enough times that I'm willing to count it. So if you guys got name and badge number, go for it and click it, because she said it in so many different ways that I'll go ahead and count it just to keep the game going. Hey Mandy, thank you for the 14 months. Annoying, it makes me happy for a southern accent.
You have a camera?
Where is your proof
got it.
that we are that name?
I got a cage too.
Cool.
I do not consent to you taking any photos of...
I do not consent.
I don't care.
Okay. Do you realize the liability that you have on your shoulders by doing this?
Okay, cool.
Do you know that a tort claim was just placed on the record under the Department of Justice?
Cool.
You don't understand that?
Cool.
I don't understand you either.
I'm not as learned as
provide
you.
answers?
I'm not as learned as you.
Could you please provide answers to me of
I
the
already tried
questions
that.
I've already asked?
I already tried that. You don't want to listen, you want to talk.
I'm
Keep
asking,
talking.
am I not allowed to ask you questions if I don't understand
I already tried to
something
talk to
that's
you.
going on?
I already tried to talk to you.
Well, were you not giving me commands?
Yes,
Why
I was
would I
giving you
accept
commands.
your commands and orders if I have done nothing wrong? Why would I respect a man who comes into a peaceful existence? Why? I do not consent to you using any photographs of me.
That's fine. You don't have to consent.
Are you familiar with the Secretary of State?
I've never met him.
Okay. Are you familiar with the Uniform Commercial Code?
Oh my God, she actually did drop the UCC. Wow, I was not expecting that. UCC just dropped.
Never met him.
I do not consent.
You don't have to consent. You're in a public place.
Do you not realize that you're violating a lot of laws right now?
Which ones?
How about, for starters, the Uniform Commercial Code?
What statute?
Do you only operate under statutes, correct? Because that's what you're liable
Can you not name
for
a law?
because you're an employee.
Can you not name a law?
Statutes and codes.
What law are you
Good enough
quoting?
for you?
Oh, did you get, and you got her pepper ball dust?
No.
Yeah, good.
Well, if you don't know, there is a fee schedule in place for every...
Fee schedule. Do I have? I could have sworn I have fee schedule on there. If it's not on this bingo card, it should be.
order that you forced me to do under threat, duress, and coercion.
Okay.
So, do you understand that?
I don't.
Understand that you're going to be liable for the time that you've taken from me today?
Super.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. I do not consent to you doing this to me.
Any pictures of him?
No.
Wait, did she actually say under duress or did she say coercion?
No. I'm gonna throw my battery in the truck.
Cool. Appreciate that.
Do you not know under the law that you have to produce a
When you want
warrant?
to talk like an adult, we'll talk.
Oh, you think that your third grade level skills of communication...
Ooh, third grade level skills. Oh, she's throwing shade. Oh, she said under threat, duress, and coercion. So I will count that as under duress.
Communicating?
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so that means Mandy, you got bingo? Did Mandy get? Mandy get?
But keep going and let someone else get it.
All right. We'll keep going.
You don't know how to answer questions, and that's all I've done is ask you questions as to why I'm sitting here on the ground in handcuffs. Why you
'Cause you're under arrest.
shot at me.
You're under arrest.
Why?
That's why you're in handcuffs.
So why am I under arrest? Why are you wasting my time?
A lot of reasons now.
For what? For asking questions.
Yeah.
Do you not know that you were on camera and that
I don't care.
people saw what you were doing?
I don't care.
Why wouldn't you care?
We
Do you not
record
care
every
about-
single day.
Do you not care that you just harmed a living man and a woman that were peaceful, that were...
I don't care that I was recorded. It's unfortunate that you got pepperballed today.
Well, why wouldn't you answer any questions? Who are you looking for? You didn't even say anything.
Well, we did.
No,
You were just talking over us to your fan base.
Why?
Oh, the fan base. Oh my God.
Why would you have come in and not open a door and not have any evidence on the record of who you're even speaking with, who you're dealing with? You won't have any paperwork. What kind of level of intelligence are you? You're obviously not thinking about your own ass right now. Because if you were, then you would realize that you have trust property there, Social Security Administration property, Internal Revenue Service property. It's all in that room that you just destroyed. Do you realize that? Do you realize the kind of liability that is? In 18 U.S. Code 1871, do you know what that says?
1870. Oh, did she just cite the 1871? Oh, no. Oh, no.
18 U.S. Code 1871, do you know what that says? Are you familiar with what it means to destroy federal documents? Do you not realize what you're doing?
So I've called both of them.
Maybe you should go and read that 18 U.S. Code 1871. Why would you have come in and not open a door and not have any evidence on the record of who you're even speaking with, who you're dealing with? You won't have any paperwork. What kind of level of intelligence are you? You're obviously not thinking about your own ass right now. Because if you were, then you would realize that you have trust property there, Social Security Administration property, Internal Revenue Service property. It's all in that room that you just destroyed. Do you realize that? Do you realize the kind of liability that is? In 18 U.S. Code 1871, do you know what that says? Are you familiar with what it means to destroy federal documents? Do you not realize what you're doing?
So I've called both of them.
Maybe you should go and read that code and realize that you're facing $1 million fucking penalty.
$1 million penalty.
You should probably go read and realize what you're doing. You have no fucking proof of who we are, right? And is that a wrong allegation? Can you please correct me if I'm wrong? Have you not provided nothing to me of who I am and what I've done? Do you realize that you are violating all due process of law? You can go look at the Department of Justice. I don't know who those names are that you're looking for, but you are in the wrong, sir. I ask that you please go read the Department of Homeland Security website and go look at what you are violating right now and what your actions have done. May God put that on your heart. I wish that you would answer my questions and ask and give me the proper documentation.
Hey, what's up, Big N the Second? Everybody go check out Big N the Second. He has great courtroom documentation, courtroom drama, courtroom recordings. Everybody go check out his channel. All right? Shout out to you, Big N the Second.
Anything in paper. If you please give me a presentment of why you're arresting me. Where is a warrant? Do you not know that there has to be a legitimate warrant and you have to fully identify who you are comprehending or apprehending before you do it? You don't realize that. They don't understand me and I don't understand them. Doesn't understand what the real law is. I don't believe there is enough money. Is there enough money in your escrow account to cover all the liability that you just created for yourself?
Money in escrow.
Because do you not know that you're liable personally, not just in your uniform? Do you realize
What's up?
Internal Revenue Service papers in that school? Do you not realize you're liable?
She kept on saying IRS papers.
Do you not realize What laws am I violating? Have you brought me any paperwork? No, excuse me, I do not consent to you Could you not provide us with paperwork of what you're saying that we've done? Excuse me. Ugh. I do not consent to you taking me.
Okay.
Okay.
You should really go look into what I just told you.
Should we? Should we really? Is this the one that we just saw? Oh, this is the husband.
Have a seat in the chair. You're gonna catch extra charges, man. That's all that's gonna happen. Stand up.
Fix that cuff.
Stand up.
I can't move that arm right.
Stand up. I'll
He
check
just
it.
twisted
Stand up. I'll check
around.
it. Stand up. I'll check it.
Will you help me, please?
Yep.
I need that cuff. Ah,
Get your foot in.
I can't put it back.
Get your foot in.
Hey, man, I can't put it.
Oh my god. Come on. Seriously, dude. Damien, can I get a recap of the bingo card? I know we got, for the record, oath of office, I do not consent, UCC, statute codes, name and badge number, free man, free inhabitant, under duress. We also have medical issue, if it's on there. We also have contract, if it's on there, and I can't remember the others, unfortunately. Oh, and colorable. Oh, and fee schedule.
It's got the circulation pinched off my arm.
Everybody else gets handcuffed the exact same.
Circulation pinched off my arm. Oh, come on. Come on. Everyone. It doesn't matter if it's a Karen, a Sovcit, or a First Amendment auditor. The instant the cuffs come on, they have every single medical ailment imaginable. Like they're on their freaking deathbed the minute their cuffs go on.
Don't let me forget my shield. It's propping the door open.
What's that?
My shield's propping the door open. I just don't want to forget it.
For sure.
I will agree with you, Deacon, that it seems actually kind of unorthodox that he's actually in the front passenger seat. I mean, he is cuffed, but it's definitely not something I'm used to seeing, for sure.
Thank you.
Would you like a
Oh my god, Juan, why? Why? He called shotgun. Thank you, Taylor, for the $10 for the $10 tip. Much appreciated, Taylor. All right, all right, nothing there. All right, we're gonna go through the first video where they're at booking finally.
We'll back up a little bit.
I'll be right back.
What's up?
Maureen, we need a cell. What? We need a...
I would have one ready. She can just go to the cell.
Do Do you even know who I am?
There's two
Why
options
are-
that you have here.
Why
You
are
can
you
walk-
giving me options?
You
Whatever.
can walk like an adult, or I can carry you, but it's up to you.
So are you threatening
Okay.
my life right now?
No, not at all.
Are you forcing a
But I'm
contract
going.
with me?
But I'm going to force you into this jail one way or another.
Okay, why would you say
So
that?
are you
Do
gonna
you not
walk?
realize what you're saying?
I'm going to give you a count of 3 to step out on your own.
Why would you do that to
One,
me if you don't even know who
2,
I am and I don't know who
3.
you are? Excuse me, sir. I don't know who you are and you don't know who I am.
She's going to walk.
I do not want a contract with you.
Okay.
Can you not provide me with documents of who you are and why you're taking me
Already
here?
done all that, and it'll be on your A&B as well.
Why, and why? Why would that be like that?
Already talked to you about it.
Why
but
would
were
you
talking over me.
fraudulently create documents against me?
Well, I did.
Are you not familiar? Oh, you did?
I did not.
Okay, well, it just sounded like you said that you did create
Well, that's
fraudulent
because
documents
you don't
against
listen
me.
well.
Excuse me. You don't have any. You don't.
already here?
I'm not a female. Can anybody please provide me with paperwork as to who you are and why I'm here? Could you please give that to me?
No, this is actually not your paperwork.
Yeah, where and who am I? You don't even have. Do you have
Hey,
any
ma'am,
proof of
what's
who
your
I
name?
am?
What's your name?
What's your name, ma'am?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Oh.
Could you please provide me with your name?
No, what's your name?
No, what's your name?
Got me already.
In order for us to do business together, don't you think that you need to provide me
This
with
is
your
not
business?
You're under arrest. You're at the jail.
Why? Why am I
I'm
under
gonna check
arrest
you for
and why
weapons
am?
and dope, and if I find anything, it's gonna be an added felony.
Oh,
And it'll
Appreciate
be
you being cool.
I don't understand you, and I don't give you consent to
I don't-
touch my body, which is my private property. Okay, well, if you think that you don't need any,
Separate your feet.
if you don't need any contract before you touch me, do you not know that you're in violation of the law? Excuse me, I do not consent to you rubbing all over me. Why are you molesting
Stop
me?
moving. Stop
Excuse me,
moving.
I do
Stop
not
moving.
follow your orders, ma'am. Do you not know that there's a fee schedule for you guys keeping me and my husband and separating us like this? Please do not touch me right there. Excuse me. Wow. Do you not realize they don't have any documentation for us to be here? Wow. Thank you, Jack. Have you not threatened my life multiple times and you're standing next to me with weapons?
I do have weapons.
Why do you have weapons? What did I do? Excuse me, please stop touching
Separate your
me.
feet. Separate your feet.
Please stop touching me. Excuse me, please stop touching me there. That is my personal private property. Please do not touch me, ma'am. Excuse me, how many times are you gonna rub my
moving. I'm gonna
breast
search
and
you
touch
whether
my
you want me
private
to or
area?
not.
Excuse me, please stop doing what you're doing.
Okay, face me.
Do you not realize that you're committing crimes? Excuse me, I do not want to take
I need
your
you
order.
to stop
Why?
moving.
You don't even know who I am.
I don't need to know who you are.
You do have to
Stop
know.
moving. Stop
Excuse
moving.
me, do not
Stop
touch me
moving.
anymore, ma'am.
Stop
Do you not have to have a name of who?
I'm back.
Excuse me. Do I have a contract with you, ma'am? Let go of me, please.
Lean forward, please.
Why would I?
Lean forward.
Why would I do that and let you continue to molest my body? Excuse me.
All right.
Could you please tell me your name? Excuse me. I do not want to take a seat
I probably got demonetized from the search, but it's okay.
here. I do not want a contract with you. Would you please stop?
Yeah, I know. I tasted it.
Do you not think that? Do you guys think it's really funny that you just assaulted a woman and her husband? Don't you do that?
Bro,
Do you not realize?
sorry for you.
Do you not realize that you were recorded doing what you did?
Loving.
Why is it? No, it's always you. You brought her over.
Nope. Not me. Not it.
Please realize that
He's still asking if he's free to go.
are celebrating and
They're born
encouraging
out of
government.
Missouri, and they're sovereign citizens. So
Could you please provide documentation
she was
that you
live
have
streaming us to her
why
fan
you're
base.
here to have-
Oh, that's
What was her
nice.
for
She's
one?
got fans.
Yeah, well,
Fans is, I mean, she probably has a fan.
Why you sexually harassed me? Why I was shot at? Why you are
right there.
threatening
Yep.
my life?
At least he's a little better.
a little bit, yeah. Man, I'm a little jealous of you. 3 David next year.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be good.
You'll be rocking out.
I'll be there. Yeah.
You guys will be working the same hours.
Yeah.
Do you all realize the liabilities on your shoulders?
Hopefully we got a few more of these block cameras coming to our area. And we'll have some fun.
Siéntese aquí,
Do
por
you
favor.
have paperwork or any reason why we're here? Can anybody provide me due process of law, please?
Good.
Sí, le van a llamar por su nombre. Bueno, González.
Excuse me, do you please provide me?
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, is this... Okay, so this is actually her paperwork. Okay, I was wondering what this was, what they were looking at, and this is actually her freaking paperwork. I'm gonna try and see if we can actually read what is on this crap.
And there was much rejoicing.
Thank you, Deacon, for the $5 super chat. Do you know how uncomfortable it is for women officers to search under the musty tot? I do, it sucks. Thank you, Deacon, for the $5. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Under natural law jurisdiction, I'm reading this here. Under natural law jurisdiction and something under the laws of the United States of America, this affirmation of identity with photograph is made without the all caps United States, something USC, something, something, something. This affidavit created by the living woman, sound mind, and of maturity, and under something, something own affairs, beneficiary, yada, 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 yada. Notarized, because of course it is.
Do you even know the definition of that word? Do you know how statutes and ordinances that you took
Age of maturity, yes.
to protect? That's your law, is it not? How do those apply to me, and who am I to you? Do you even know who I am? Do you have any paperwork to provide me why you are taking my time
She's still going.
and hurting my body? How do you think that's so?
Father Bill Fox, I noticed that your super chat notification is drawn from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. You guys caught on to that, huh? You caught on to that. Yeah. Just I love Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And I love Mel Brooks. So I love them both.
So funny that somebody's asking you for these things.
Not that it matters to you because you can't understand it, but you're going to jail for that.
Do you know?
There's your warrant.
You know.
Oh, there's her warrant.
This is the federal government's property, correct? That paper.
I could care less.
What? I could care less, lady. You're going to jail now.
How do you think that's so funny that somebody's asking you for these things?
Not that it matters to you because you can't understand it, but you're going to jail for that.
Do you know?
There's your warrant.
You know that is the federal government's property, correct? That paper.
I could care less.
You should probably read it, and then contact the Department of Homeland Security. How does that prove who I am? How does that prove who I am and what crime I committed?
Have they taken his paperwork yet? Whose? DeAndre. Is it on the left?
Do you guys realize you do not have any
They already took it.
reason for me to be here? Any
Yeah, man, I'll go ahead and
reason?
copy the bench real fast.
Do you not realize that you have no document to provide the reason why I'm here?
I'm just looking for something about that.
Wouldn't it make you a
sorry, I can't hear you.
that you can break the law as a direction to the room?
Can you count money?
Do you even
Yeah,
know
sure.
why this is law?
Is it federal money or state money? Because I can't handle federal money.
Since the state of Oklahoma is constitutionally not permitted to print their own money.
Do you realize federal law is
So, talk to them. They're like, well, that's going to be a teletype. Well, our teletype's not finding it. They're like, and I was like, explain the admin message. Okay, well, what's their phone number? Okay, here we go, man. I'm just the middleman trying to... You hash it out with them. So, yeah, I called Mira, the bondsman, and Mira explained so much. The other guy worked for the
That looks like an attorney document. Hold on.
Mira explain the admin message. Okay, well, what's their phone number?
As you know.
Okay, here we go, man. I'm just the middleman trying to.
Something has been dismissed. You and I have emailed back and forth about that adamantly, but I won't go into the details here. I do think it is remind you that it is very important that you take immediate action with your.
You hash it out.
Something. I can't tell. This looks like this is an attorney memo.
So yeah, I called Mira, the bondsman, and Mira explained so much. The other guy worked for What is this?
Oh, well, I think honestly the only reason they're looking at this is to confirm identity, which it has their names on it. Are they allowed to read something that appears to be from a lawyer? I mean, they can. It's not like, but it's not like, but however, they can't bring it in as testimony though. They can't, if in fact that's from their actual attorney, it would be immediately anything that the officer states that is based off of what's stated in that memo would be struck as attorney-client privilege. But they can still use it to affirm their identity at the very least. But yeah, they could read it. It's just they can't use it necessarily against them. Again, assuming that the memo they have is actually from their attorneys.
How are you able to just go kidnap people like
You know when you have a dollar amount there.
1, 2, 3. 366.
Where are your proof that you even know who I am?
Did she say kidnapping? All right, add kidnapping. If you got kidnapping, add it on. There it is.
Where is your proof? Who are you guys and why are you doing this stuff?
Bail bond. She has a card for bail bond. I mean, if you have a business card for a bail bond, you know you went off in a very wrong direction in life. All right.
And you have no proof of who I am. For a crime that I committed, you have no first-hand knowledge. Is that correct? Do you not know that this is all hearsay, what you're doing? You have no proof of anything. That's called hearsay. And it doesn't hold up well for any of you in a court.
I did see the hotel keys too.
You're welcome. Right, it's not let me show you.
I mean, yeah, if you're a bounty hunter, sure, but still. I don't think they're bounty hunters. And she's still going. Deacon, fair enough. She ain't no bounty hunter? No, obviously not.
110 pounds. I'm approximately 5 feet tall and weigh approximately 110 pounds.
Wow, yep, didn't read that.
These can get turned in.
It's a legit check. It's from his attorney from whenever their last appeal got dismissed.
Nice.
So we need to put that on there, wherever.
Okay, so it sounds like it may have actually been her. It may have actually been her attorneys, and Danny comes in clutch. Danny just sent me their appeal, and it looks like Danny says may have been from their denied appeal. Can I download this? 4/13/2022 letter orders. I gotta sign up. Let me see here. 7/13/2022 order appeal dismissed. So on July 13th, their appeal was dismissed. Or 13. So that, so I think Danny's right. They did have some kind of appeal. I expect or assume it was probably as a result of their family court issues. They got denied. They got denied their appeal, and they went full Sovcit. So they lost. So this sounds about accurate to a lot of Sovcit cases. They lost custody of their kids, and they failed to address their problems. They lost their appeal, and as a result of losing their appeal, they went full Sovcit. Now, I'm actually curious about the husband's ankle bracelet. Oh my God, Danny, this is why you're amazing. Danny actually just sent me an affidavit. She sent me the warrant. She sent me a copy of the warrant. Let me see here. Oh, let me see here for you guys to take a look at. Let me just put the post up on. Where can I? Mio, come on. Bam. There we go. Affidavit for warrant of arrest for the following person. This fits. Simultaneous possession of drugs and firearms. Possession of Schedule 6 controlled substance with the purpose to deliver. This was issued. And okay, so that makes sense. Danny says that the kids were in the car, so they were taken away. That matches what Kayla says in her in one of the description of her videos, where she said in 2020 they were stopped or something like that, and they were arrested while the kids were in the car and they were taken away. So that squares with what Danny just sent me. I was patrolling Main Street near fuel zone. Cadillac Escalade SUV. Colby and Kayla Fitz were driving a white Cadillac Escalade, and they had outstanding warrants. They tried to arrest them. They fled. When officers saw them driving down the road, the driver then pulled up at the stop sign. at Main Street, North Parrot. When I passed the vehicle, I recognized the driver was Colby Fitz. I knew he was driving on a suspended license and had 6 warrants for his arrest. 6. And his wife, Kayla, had a warrant. I pulled into the fuel zone. It didn't have a license because, of course, not. They both exited the vehicle, walked back towards their trailer. He didn't do anything wrong. Colby said that he didn't do anything wrong. He asked for his name. He refused to give me his name. And Kayla said his name was Tyler or Taylor. Colby refused to give me his name. He kept on getting between me and Colby. Kayla's approximately 9 months pregnant. I told her that she needed to get back to the vehicle and didn't listen to my commands. Colby then started to walk away from me, and I told him he might as well tell me his name because I knew who he was. He continued to walk away. He had warrants for his arrest. He continued to get it between me. I then requested Deputy Smith to respond. Then took Colby to the ground to get better control of his movement. Several off-duty state police officers arrived on scene to assist us. Wow. While getting both of them into the vehicle, they had 4 minor children, and then 5 because of the 5th, inside of the vehicle. While we were on scene, DHS was contacted and arrived on scene. While standing outside the vehicle, I could smell the strong odor of marijuana. So, okay, so they already had outstanding warrants at the point of arrest, and then they probably had, and then that's when they hooked them up. While searching the vehicle, we located a brown bag on the front passenger side. It contained 4 plastic containers that contained marijuana that was labeled the Dispo with 3.5 grams of garlic breath marijuana inside the container. 4 clear plastic containers that contained marijuana that was labeled the Green Solution, and 3.5 grams of premium flour. and I thought craft beers had the wackiest names. Inside a glass pipe with burnt and green marijuana inside of it. They also had a 9mm Beretta pistol and a 300 caliber Remington rifle and metal knuckles. Dispensaries located in Colorado. Damn. I should have heard the names in the 70s. I bet they were pretty wild too. But again, I am nothing without Danny at this rate. So shout out to her for sending me the info. Honestly, she's amazing.
I guess on that.
What's the checking out for?
5064 and 60 cents.
5064. Brown eyes. And what?
60 cents. And then the cash was $366.
Okay.
Is that the envelope?
This is her. This is gonna.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I forgot to change back to the video. You're right. There we go.
Just keep it separate.
Okay. What's up, man?
So they gave me 3 different.
Hey.
Yes.
Yes. Welcome, Blue Bacon, folks.
Aren't we all traveling?
Oh, she actually passed something? Oh, that's... Oh, I see.
Oh, is that it for that one? Oh, we have one more. I think we have one more in the excuse me.
There was much rejoicing.
Thank you, Kat in Virginia. Still going because she wants everyone to get bingo. We got one more to go. This one from the other guy's perspective.
Have a seat right there.
Oh, why is it not showing? Hold on.
Maybe these are questions I'm required to ask you. You don't have to answer them. I can just refuse. Are you currently under a psychiatrist, psychiatric, or general doctor's care of any kind? Are you currently taking any prescription medications? You wearing prosthetic brace or medical device? Have you been treated in a clinic, hospital, or ER in the last 3 days? Do you feel suicidal or thought about harming yourself in the last 24 hours?
You guys get a fax from Taney County, a warrant for fits?
I don't know.
I don't think there's much left with these folks. The rest of it, again, if you really want to go to her, if you really want
rejoicing.
If you really want to go see what she's all about, she has 2 videos on her channel where she tries to justify all the BS that she's done. Jesus. So, but I'm not going to give her the airtime for that. I know I was so close to bingo, but unfortunately it doesn't look like we're getting there. But Sean Z has given me word on a never before seen Sovcit video. It's a short one, allegedly. But let's see what's going on here.
You are here being notified you are being audio and video recorded. Not that I have to tell you that.
This looks like Mandy, this looks like Cow Creek. I mean, do you know what that is? It looks like Oregon, right?
Yeah, considering they're completely out of their jurisdiction.
Uh-oh. I'm also opening a care package from or a gift that Sean Hawkins sent me. He is Sergeant Rock in the chat for you guys, and he sent me is a 3D printed Pip-Boy, which this is actually really cool. This is awesome. It's actually wearable too, right? Guys, shout out to Sean Hawkins, aka Sergeant Rock in the chat. Please check out his channel for chili updates and gaming. This is pretty badass. So thank you very much, Sean. I appreciate it, man. This is really cool. All right, continuing on.
Lewis, don't answer any questions.
Somebody say jurisdiction? Oh, that's right. She did say jurisdiction in the beginning of the video.
I know they can. I'm alright. They're the ones breaking the law. I have the right to travel with expired tag.
Right to travel. I heard it.
I know. It's all recorded. It'll come up in court. It'll come down on them. Yeah.
You've already said you're not answering any more questions, so don't. That includes anything regarding your ID, your license, or anything else.
I did hear about that, Foster. I've been asked by whether or not I'm going to cover it. I kind of want to. I haven't seen any of the trial, but I'm actually kind of curious about it. But I know it's making waves.
But
It doesn't matter. It's not a lawful reason to pull a person over. Huh? Next time, honor your oath. No, you're not.
Uh-oh.
Pa!
Pa!
Shit.
What the hell was that? Bah humbug.
My name is.
Jeez. What? That's not on the cards. What even is that? What is that? Huh. All right, this might be the last one.
Daniel Lyman, are you here?
Yes, Your Honor.
You still don't have counsel, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, let's take up your case.
I know today is my possession of marijuana on the payer appear and
Okay,
everything.
well, let me call that case number. We're on the record now in 2021 CR 274, State of Kansas versus Daniel Lynn Lyman Jr. The state appearing by and through Jared Regier, and the defendant in person and pro se. We have had a situation where you are supposed to pay November 28th of 2022. You did indicate you wanted to represent yourself without counsel and waived counsel on record. And you had been on diversion. You got another charge of driving
I've actually not seen this one, but I've heard there are fireworks.
while suspended. You ended up, it looks like, getting your diversion revoked, being found guilty at trial, sentenced, and you were supposed to have your case paid by today, February 6th. Now, what were you saying, sir?
The reason why I haven't had it paid yet is because the job that I was supposed to go for at American Eagle in Ottawa, it didn't plan out as planned. So I'm working at a motel over here in El Dorado,
Okay.
and it's just not bringing in as much money as it should. And I get paid twice a month. I have a lot of bills to pay, plus my court fines. I'm not trying to miss any of my court fines. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm trying to pay everything that I can at once. I was just going to ask you if I can start paying maybe between $20 and $50 a month. And my first payment I can put on this one is on the 8th of this month, guaranteed.
Well, you've always been allowed to make payments as long as you had it paid in full by your pay or appear date, i.e. today. So, now remind me, are you married or single?
I am single.
And remind me if you have children you support.
Right now I have a stepchild that I support.
Now you're single, but you have a stepchild that you support.
Yes, because I am in a relationship. I'm not married or anything. I'm in a relationship, but I support me, my fiance, and our child right now.
Well,
Because
I don't know why you're supporting these, why you've taken on new obligations when you haven't taken care of your old ones, such as paying your case. You
Also, which is true.
owe, sir, $658.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
And you have not made any payments since November?
No, ma'am. I've barely been working. Like I said, I have this job and everything. I've been paying my bills and everything because I do have rent to pay. I have my phone bill. I have my SR22 insurance that I'm trying to pay, so that way I can also get my license back. I have my fines to pay. I have a lot of stuff to pay right now, honestly, and I'm just not trying to go to jail over all this.
Well, I was going to say, I was going to ask you if you thought it'd be easier just to go serve the 90 days in jail and send these costs to civil collections. Do you want to do that?
I don't, because it just messed everything up. Because I still have my Lyon County court case for my 2021 case back then when I had that case that I'm still trying to pay on as well.
What do you have going on in Lyon County?
I got it before this possession marijuana case. It was a duty of driver / no DL at the time. And they dropped the duty of driver down to a no DL, and I'm just having to pay on that of $377 as well.
So you had a car wreck?
Yes, ma'am.
Without insurance?
No, it was with insurance. It was with insurance.
Okay, and you didn't report it to law enforcement and they found out about it?
Yes, ma'am. It was my fault. I
Okay,
take all.
when did you do that?
That was in 2021, almost 2 years ago.
This case was in 2021, June of 2021. When was your Lyon County?
It was after I got served papers when I was on house arrest in Lyon County. Because I had completed my house arrest and I was on house arrest when I got into the wreck. I didn't report it. I got in trouble. I got a ticket.
How were you on house arrest and driving at the same time? House arrest means jail.
House arrest, I was going to work and back, and I ended up getting in a wreck.
Okay, so they gave you work release from your house arrest?
Yes, ma'am.
And on your way to or from, you had a wreck, and then you didn't report it.
And I failed to report it.
Well, okay. Well, I just kind of wanted an idea of what was going on over there. Have you paid anything on that case?
I've been slowly paying on it and everything. I try to make $10 payments. If I can't make it, I call them and let them know, and they told me just to pay it next month. and
So
everything. So I have owed $377. I've only paid $20 on their case so far too.
Well, how come they've gotten $20 and I haven't gotten anything?
I apologize. Like I said, I'm trying to pay everything all at once, and it's just all adding up on me. And I really don't want to go to jail over all this. I want to try to get it all paid. I know I'm not being very good at it right now, but I do apologize with everything I have, and I'm my first payment I can make.
Hang on. And you were on house arrest.
Uh-huh.
And you got served with papers for possessing marijuana in another county. Is that what you told me?
Uh-huh.
Yes, because originally back in 21, if you can let me just start over real quick, I got pulled over in the state of Kansas and in Butler County area, and I had my warrants active for Lyon County and Butler County at the time. I ended up serving my 7 days in Butler County for the city court. They transferred me over to Butler County or Lyon County after I got stopped for my possession of marijuana. And that's how I got my possession of marijuana. They did not take me to jail.
So you can't lay off the weed. What's the Stephen A. Smith meme? Just chill with the weed, man.
Over my possession of marijuana, they charged me for my warrants, took me to jail over them. I served my time in Butler and Lyon County jail, got out on house arrest. By the time I got out on house arrest, I was served my marijuana papers. I got diversion for those. I completed my house arrest, got off, and now I just been fighting my duty of driver/no driver's license over there. Been trying to pay that off. Then I got another one through you guys for the no driver's license back in July and everything. And I just been trying to pay all three of these tickets off and paying my rent, my phone bill, my SR22 insurance to get my license back. I'm trying it all, I'm trying hard as I can and best as I can.
Mr. Lyman, I'm going to modify your sentence.
And I'm trying to get out of trouble, I'm
going to put you on the remainder of your probation is going to, well, let me check. How long did we put him on probation for originally, Mr. Aguirre? It was 6 months non-reporting in November.
Your Honor, I'm showing in the journal entry non-reporting probation of 6 months following the court's order from the November 28th, 2022 hearing.
If he doesn't have this paid in full in 30 days, I'd like to do a motion to revoke diversion and modify this bill. I'm going to put you on reporting probation.
I feel like this is really unfair on me because, I've had it really hard the past few years and I've been trying to get out of it.
No.
And, I may not be able to pay all my fines off right away, but I am trying. And I feel like this is unfair because I do not get a break. I've not had a break since I've been 16 years old with the justice system. And I feel
God, here we go. Dude, don't. Oh, he's done.
This is truly unfair. In the state of Kansas, I always get in trouble. When I lived in Oklahoma for 3 years, I never got in trouble. I have not had one driving ticket, nothing in the state of Oklahoma. I come back to Kansas and I get in so much trouble and I don't even do anything. I drove once and got a ticket. And I just feel like this is unfair on me. Just because I can't pay a fine.
Okay, sir, I understood you to say you drove in Lyon County, and you wrecked and didn't report it. So there, you drove that day, right?
Yes, that was my fault. But
and
in the meantime,
I understood that you drove in Butler County, and after this case,
yes, ma'am.
Marijuana case. So 1 + 1 = 2, Mr.
Yeah.
So you've driven at least twice illegally in Kansas.
Yes, ma'am, I have, but that is because I have to go to work and back. How am I supposed to go to work and back while I'm trying to get my license without anyone offering me to give rides? I'm not trying to walk out of town. If I live in Leon, Kansas with my parents at the time, how am I supposed to get back and forth to work if they can't give me rides and I'm the only one with the vehicle, but they don't want to wake up to give me rides and I have to go to work to go pay my stuff, how is this all fair with me? Because people won't give me rides. I can't drive and stuff like that. Yes, I live in El Dorado now and I walk to my workplace and everything, but
Where do you work in El Dorado now?
I work at motels, the Motel
Okay,
6.
you told me that. And where do you live?
Silverwood Apartments.
Okay, so that's not too far from where you work.
No, ma'am. And that's why I said I walk now. I don't drive. I'm trying everything that I can. You know, right now I feel like everything is gathering up on me and I can't have a chance to do anything because I'm trying to get my life together. I promise you, I'm not trying to drive. I'm not trying to get in trouble.
Stop. Okay, you
Stop it.
said you haven't been given a break. It looks like you were put on the deferred disposition docket, which means you were what, given diversion in this case initially?
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
You were kind of given a break.
And then you didn't comply with it. That was a break. If you'd done what you were supposed to, the charges would have been dismissed and kept off your record. So wasn't that a break? And you didn't comply with it, so you got that revoked. And then you were sentenced and given terms. I let you pick when you were going to pay this off, and you picked today. And then you didn't comply with that. You know, I didn't have to give you probation when I sentenced you. Probation is a privilege. It's not a right.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a break. I didn't put you in jail, right? That's two breaks right here in this case.
Yes,
So,
Your Honor, you are correct.
and if I transfer you to reporting probation, that's still a break, and that's a third break.
Oof.
So I really don't think you have any grounds to sit here and say, poor me, Kansas is too mean to me.
It is. It really is. If I had a choice, I would move out of Kansas right now and I would never
How can
come.
you say it's mean to you and we're giving you all these breaks and you won't quit violating the law?
I've been trying to stay out of trouble. I got in trouble once this year for driving, and I was trying to drive home from work.
For this year, you've already gotten in trouble in 2023?
Or not this year, 2022 is what I'm talking about. Sorry, I forgot it's 2023 now. But yes, in 2022, I only got in trouble once. I had not been in trouble ever since all my old cases. I only got in trouble that once in 2022 for driving back in July. I have not been in trouble
we're not going to
since.
keep talking in circles here, and you're not going to
I'm
convince
gonna just
me.
move out of state because I'm done. I'm done dealing with this. I'm moving out of state. I'm moving right now.
Well, no, not unless you have court authority in all your cases to move out. You're not, if you're on probation.
You guys ain't.
Oh God! Now you're going to admit that you're going to abscond and run for your obligations.
Come and get me. I will move out of state.
Oh no!
I am transferring you to supervised probation, and you have 30 days to get this all paid. Call your probation officer this morning.
I'm not doing any of it. I'm moving out of state. I'm packing my stuff up right now.
You're telling me you're not going to comply with my orders?
Oh, and so you're just gonna just straight up commit contempt?
Fine. Yes, I will. I will apply with your orders.
Oh, I am going to, where do you live?
Silverwood Apartments.
Silverwood Apartments in El Dorado. I am transferring your probation.
It was at this moment
You are
that he
to
knew
call the probation
he fucked up.
office. And you have 30 days to have this paid in full.
Or else I go to jail.
You either go to jail or you get your probation extended, whichever we decide to do. If you can show me you need more time to pay it, that you've made a good faith effort, I will certainly consider extending it, but you will be in violation of your probation and it'll either be extended or you'll get it revoked and go to jail, one or the other. Because
this is really, really stupid.
Because you have, as I understand it, Mr. Regier, he has violated the law since he was put on this probation in November. And if that is correct, that's a violation of his probation. I understood him to say he got a driving while suspended. Is that right, Mr. Lyman?
Yes, Your Honor. Because of your stupid ass motherfucking state of Kansas.
Okay.
Oh!
You've just been found in contempt of court.
You know what? I can do fucking less. Fuck you. I'm moving out of
All
state.
right, you are in contempt of court. You have now failed to appear. We need a bench warrant for his failure to appear today for failing to come to court. He's in contempt for his language, and we will deal with that at the next hearing, but please do a bench warrant as soon as possible, Mr. Regier, for his failure to come.
Meanwhile, this dude is laughing his ass off.
To leave court.
He's laughing.
And go to jail, one or the other.
In my
Because
opinion, this is really, really stupid.
because you have, as I understand it, Mr. Regier, he has violated the law since he was put on this probation in November. And if that is correct, that's a violation of his probation. I understood him to say he got a driving while suspended. Is that right, Mr. Lyman?
Yes, Your Honor. Because of your stupid ass motherfucking state of Kansas.
Okay, you've just been found in contempt of court.
You know what? I can do fucking less. Fuck you. I'm moving out of state.
All right, you are in contempt of court. You have now failed to appear. We need a bench warrant for his failure to appear today for failing to come to court. He's in contempt for his language, and we will deal with that at the next hearing, but please do a bench warrant as soon as possible, Mr. Regier, for his failure to come to leave court.
Your Honor, as far as the bench warrant is concerned, is the court ordering a specific amount towards bond?
I mean, that is a rage quit.
No bond. Hold until he sees me. If we can get him back on this morning's docket, that'd be great. If you have staff that can prepare that warrant this morning and put it
no bond
in my queue, I'll be happy to sign that as soon as it's there, and we'll get him picked up this morning.
Thank you, Your Honor. And is the court's prior orders regarding the case to be paid in full within 30 days, as well as the defendant being put on non-reporting probation and the defendant to contact the probation office, I'm assuming those are still the binding
I
orders?
think actually, Mr. Regier, it might be better to just file a probation revocation for violation of the law and failure to pay. That might be just the better way to do that.
Damn.
And then
Not a problem. Not a problem, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Regier.
You idiot. You know, folks can't handle it, handle their emotions, you know? Sad. Sad. All right, guys, I think this is where we're going to call it here. It's 10:30, God's sake. So we've been streaming for 2.5 hours, so probably good to call it here. I mean, I would actually want to showcase the lawyer meme, the best lawyer in Skyrim meme, but you guys won't get it. Like, it's like something only Danny and I can laugh at. Maybe a couple of others on in chat. So. All right, guys. Nobody got bingo, unfortunately. Kind of sucks. It's okay. Have a good night, guys. Have a great stream. Check out Pocket Watching with let me see who's live right now. Pocket Watching with JT is live right now. Law and Lumber is live. So check both of them out. And I will see you guys next time. Have a good night. Adios. Take care. See ya.